This right here is the Enigma legendary blueprint for the CR-56 AMAX assault rifle. You can unlock this bad boy by completing an Easter egg in Warzone. I'm going to be showing you step by step how to complete this Easter egg, as well as go over the blueprint towards the end of the video. What's going on? My name's Sinister Skater. Welcome to the channel. This Easter egg can be broken down into three main steps: find key cards, acquire the codes, and then decipher the codes. I recommend doing this with a squad of at least 3 people, although you can do it with 2 players or even solo if you're up for the challenge. It can be done in any BR mode, although I recommend to do this in Plunder because you have infinite respawns. You can use your custom loadouts and you don't have to worry about gas. You'll likely be doing the 2-card method for this Easter egg. That's the way my squad and I completed it, but I will be explaining this the ideal way, which is using all 3 key cards so you understand the whole process of this Easter egg, and then I'll go over the 2-card method at the end. So first step is to find the key cards. Around the stadium, you can find 4 different types of key cards, but we only care about 3. Those 3 are the PT16, the CL19, and the EL21. If you find a red axis key card, that's useless to us, just ignore it. These key cards do not spawn in loot chests, but rather can be found in various places within the stadium. They glow bright blue, so they are pretty easy to spot, but they're not easy to find because they are randomly placed within the stadium each game, and there's likely more than your squad looking for them. Each player can only carry 1 key card at a time, and if you don't find a card within the first 5 minutes, they likely have despawned. So what you can do is either check to see if the computer rooms are open, which is the next step, either kill people to see if they drop the key card, because the key cards do drop from enemies, or simply back out and try again in a fresh game. Again, these things spawn in random places throughout the 3 levels of stadium, but here are some common locations that I've been running into these key cards. At the top executive level, you can find them in the inner sides of the longer hallways, on the outer side of the hallway behind some furniture. They're within some of the mop buckets. You can find them in the VIP room, and often within the inner stairwells. They also may spawn within the actual stands outside themselves, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. On the middle concourse level, you can find them inside the bar, which is by the computer room there, near the soccer room, in the stands, and behind the stands near some booths on that main level. And then on the bottom parking garage, you can find them under stairs, both towards the middle and the outside of the stadium, on the outer walls, in the soccer area down there, and also in the lower basement, which is by the computer room. That brings us to step 2. Once you obtain a key card, you have to take that key card to its corresponding door. The card PT16 is used in the parking garage computer room, which is on the lowest level of the stadium on the lumber side in the corner of a room. The card CL19 can be used on the concourse computer room, which is the middle level on the superstore side of the stadium near the bar. And the card EL21 is used on the top executive level computer room, which is on the downtown side of stadium, and it is a door without a ribbon in front of it. When you open these computer rooms, you'll find some legendary crates that will give you great loot, and also a computer terminal, which is what we want to interact with. These computers will display an 8-character code that is different every single game, and you will want to write these code sequences down. The codes will consist of numbers and symbols, and those symbols are being displayed on the screen right now. I call this one A, or arrow, because it looks like an arrow. This one is N, or nose, because it looks like a nose. And the last one here is S for symbol. For example, my first code here shows me arrow, nose, nose, 6, nose, 5, 7, arrow, which I write down as ANN 6N57A. You'll need to repeat this at all 3 computers, or 2 computers if you're doing the 2-card method, and make sure you have all 3 of those codes written down. That brings us to the final step, step 3, which is to decipher this code so you have a set of numbers you can enter into a keypad. So the way you do this is to line up the 3 codes like you're seeing on the screen right now. And if you look at them in columns, you'll notice the codes are very similar, but there will be 3 instances where they are different. In these differences, there will be a letter in place of a number, and that means that that letter is replaced by the number within the entire code. So for example, I have all 3 of my codes lined up right now. We can see my 3 differences are in slots 1, 3, and 4. So our difference in slot 1 means that A will equal 8 throughout the entire code. In slot 3, N will equal 2 throughout the entire code. And in slot 4, our S will equal 6 throughout the entire code. So our final code will be 822-62578. Now we can head to the top floor again, and on the farmland side of Stadium, there will be a double door with a keypad that you can interact with. You enter in your code, the doors will open, and you can pick up the Enigma off of the desk. Only one person in the squad will need to actually pick up the blueprint for everyone to get it in that match. You'll also find other legendary loot in this room, as well as a cool specialist bonus pickup. And pro tip for you, this room has 2 sets of doors that you can access it with. So if one set of doors is highly contested like it was in my game, you can simply go to the other door and get in that way. So that is the entire Easter egg process, how you would ideally do it with 3 cards, but you'll likely be doing the 2-card method. So let's go over that real quick. The 2-card method is the same exact steps as the Easter egg we just went over, except you'll likely only have 2 cards, which means you'll only have 2 codes to work with. When you go to decipher these codes, we will likely have one unknown letter, but you can guess and check what that unknown letter is on the keypad. So for example, let's say we didn't have the 3rd card in my example I showed you earlier, and we only have the 2 codes that you see on the screen. When we decipher this, we will be left with 8NN6N578. We've used the numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, so that means that the last letter N could be either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 9. So when I go to enter the code in the number pad, I simply replace the letter N with the possible remaining numbers until the door opens. So I'll start at 0, so I'll enter 800605778. I'll try the number 1, and then I'll try the number 2, and the door will open on my 3rd try. So that's the 2-card method. It's the way you'll likely be doing it because the key cards are, again, so hard to find. And theoretically, this could be done with 1 card if you want to do even more guessing and checking. And I should have mentioned this earlier, but you don't even need key cards to do this. If you can find already opened computer rooms, which I guess I hinted at earlier on in the video, you can just use those computer terminals and get your codes that way. If the other team opens up the Enigma room and there is an Enigma left on the desk for you to pick up, you can also get the blueprint that way, which is pretty easy as well. But the odds of that happening are very low if you don't kill the team opening the door right away, because there's only 2 Enigmas on the table. If you have any questions for the Easter egg, let me know down below in the comments and I will get back to you. But as for the CR-56 AMAX Enigma blueprint itself, I absolutely love this thing. The blueprint gives the AMAX a matte black look. It has glossy silver engraving all around it and gold detailing. Plus you get a golden mag, which I think is pretty sleek looking. And that's when you strip down all the attachments. The attachments are what add the wood paneling and even more gold to the weapon. So the 5 attachments you get with this are the �XRK-𝐳𝐤𝐸 S440 barrel, the Commando foregrip, the XRK rubberized grip, the FSS close quarter stock, and the APX hollow sight, which in total will reduce your recoil and improve your aim down sight speed. And I think it's a pretty solid straight out of the box loadout. As for Gunsmith Customs, the barrel adds some wood and gold. The foregrip is a little bit darker and adds gold hardware. The rubberized grip is wood paneling with some engraving. The stock has some gold going on with it and that wood butt. And then the sight itself is really rare. It actually adds gold detailing to the sight, which I'd never seen on a blueprint before. So I think that's going to be very sought after. So that's all I got to say about the Enigma blueprint. Good luck trying to complete the Easter egg. If you guys enjoyed or learned something new, please drop a like on the video. If you made it this far, consider subscribing because we're always talking about Call of Duty on this channel. Check the links down below in the description if you would like to help support my channel. As always, guys, thanks for watching. My name is Sinister Skater, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace out.